What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Surreal. So today we're working on the FRS once again. We're changing out the fuel pump because this car, as you guys know, has a lot of issues with the cricket sounds or whatever it is that comes from the high pressure fuel pump. What we got today is the DeatschWerks fuel pump that we ordered online. We got it from Huntquarters, so TJ, holla at your boy over here. So we got this guy over here, is a 65C. There is a 300C I think as well, but that's only for racing purposes. Now, since our car is pretty much stock, it just has a catback exhaust. We're just going to keep it pretty much minimal, so we just upgrade the fuel pump a little bit so it's way better. And then also we have a little bit of accessories that's going to go on the outside of the car. Let's get started on the pump. Alright guys, so first things first, you need to go to the driver's side back seat and remove that. I've showed you guys previously how to do that on when we did the speakers, but if you don't know, there is that one bolt right there. It's a 10mm you got to remove. And then once you pop that out, the seat kind of lifts up, and then you have to press down from the back side so that seat comes out. From that point on, there's the fuel pump right here under the seats. It's sealed probably with RTV or some kind of sealant. So what we're gonna have to do is pry that open. I'm gonna do that with some screwdrivers, flatheads preferably, and I'm gonna prop that open, and then we're gonna get the fuel pump exposed. So I'm gonna do that right now, and I'll show you guys how it looks under this cover. So this is how the fuel pump looks right under that. That actually was pretty easy to pry open, so it didn't give me a hard time at all. Before we disconnect any of these wirings here or the fuel line going into the fuel pump, we're going to go ahead and remove the negative terminal on the battery, just in case there's some kind of a short or anything like that, just so we don't light ourselves on fire here because we're dealing with fuel. Make sure you disconnect your negative terminal on the battery. So this is how the fuel pump looks. So from this point on, you won't be able to most likely disconnect this line here unless you have a special tool that's basically made for what is it called, fuel line disconnect tool, or easy disconnect or something like that they call them. So you can go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's and grab yourself one of these. You guys can grab yourself one of these tools. These are basically quick disconnects for fuel lines and stuff like that. They are not the greatest thing in the world though, because, well, there's different kinds. I like these ones personally the best. They work pretty much for any fuel line that you have. And the one you're going to use for the FRS is the second one here. Now, in order to use it, because it's such a tight fit there in the car, it won't work if it's if they're connected just like they come out, because they come out one piece like that. Alright, they come out in one piece. So what I did was I spliced it right here in the middle. I spliced it to become two pieces. Now it's easy to slide into the hose, and I'll show you guys how you do that right now in the car. So I'm gonna do that right now. Hopefully you guys can see. You're gonna get one piece and you're gonna slide it same spot right there as the little clip, and then you're gonna slide the other side from the back side like this. Make sure you don't drop those, because they go in there like that. Now once you get them in there like that, basically what you're going to do is you're going to push in. Now before you do this though, I would suggest you go and get a towel and wrap it around the whole fuel pump here, in order for no fluid, because I'm pretty sure there's probably some kind of pressure here, and if there is some kind of pressure, it's going to spill some fuel. So I would suggest to get yourself a towel and get ready for some fuel to come out from that line. If it doesn't come out, great, but if it does, then you'll be able to catch it, and at least your car's not going to stink like fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a towel real quick and remove this line. Alright boys, so the line is finally disconnected. It did squirt out quite a bit of fuel because, like I said, there's fuel pressure. We did catch it, most of it, and there was none spilled inside the car, so that's a good thing, because we don't want to have the car smelling like gas. Even though it's still probably going to smell a little bit until eventually it just evaporates. But yeah, so after you've disconnected everything, that's the one switch here that goes with it, and then this is the fuel line. You put it to the side, and then this little ring here around with these little notches unscrews, and is of course counterclockwise. You're just going to unscrew this. What I'm going to do is grab a towel and a screwdriver, flathead, and just start tapping. I'm just going to start tapping slowly on this little on these little notches. Make sure you don't tap really hard though, because you don't want to break them. So I'm going to start tapping here in these notches so it starts unscrewing, and once you unscrew it, the fuel pump should be able to come out. Now it's connected on the inside as well, so make sure you disconnect anything on the inside of the fuel pump as well. And that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the fuel pump out, and then we'll start working on the actual fuel pump. Alright guys, after playing with it quite a bit to get the return line out, I got the fuel pump out. Again, you use these little pieces for the bottom piece as well. On the bottom though, it's a little bit gonna be a little bit tricky to do because you don't have space to shove this in there, because this is really far in there. So what I did was I stuck one end through here like this, and I put it in all the way in, and then I rotated the hose so this white piece moved on this side like that. Then I went with the second piece, and then I stuck it on from the other side again like this, and then I got it on both sides. Make sure it clicks, because you'll hear it click, and once you hear it click, this will be able to disattach. I don't know if you guys should probably watch a different video on how to disconnect fuel lines, but if you don't know, you probably shouldn't be doing this. It's pretty easy to do though, anybody can do it. So yeah, this is our fuel pump. Now I'm gonna get started to disassemble it, and I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna show you guys and walk you through the process of how to do that real quick. Alright boys, so first steps first, we're gonna have to do is remove these clips here. There are 3 clips, one here, I believe there's one right there, and then there's another one right here as well. So we're going to remove all 3 of those, and then from that point on we're going to also remove this clip here. You see there's a C clip right in there. That clip needs to be popped out in order for this spring to be released and popped out as well. So 3 clips on the side, and that little clip right there as well needs to come out. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So I've removed that spring there from this side of the little rod. The C clip is right there. Make sure you guys don't lose that. Unplug this piece from the actual fuel pump that's in there, and then you'll be able to do this and pop it out. Now note where your hosing goes here. You see how this line here goes under this little clip here? There's a clip here, there's a clip here, and there's a clip here, and this will be able to be popped out. Now note that that line goes under, so it folds in that way. Don't try to put it on the outside, because then you could kink it and you'll be starving your car from fuel or whatever. It's not good. So make sure that line always goes under that little clip right there. I'm going to go ahead and pop this out now, since it's already disassembled pretty much. And this is how it comes out. Now from this point on, you're going to have to remove this clip on the bottom here. There's 3 sides here. There's a clip there, clip there, clip there, and 2 clips right here on the fuel pump regulator. That's a 1 piece, which is eventually going to be made into 2 pieces. So we're going to have to chop this piece into half right here, and then we're gonna disassemble it. Well, first thing first, I'm gonna disassemble it, then I'm gonna chop it. So I'm gonna remove this clip on the bottom, so that way the fuel pump is exposed, then we'll be able to shoot the pump this way to the back. Alright boys, so there you have it. I've removed the clip successfully. You always want to do, this is pretty pain in the butt to remove, so this guy here, I would suggest you pop the middle clip in the back, leave a screwdriver or something in between so it doesn't clip back, then pry this side here right there, and then this last one right there, and then try to pry the fuel pump out this way. So from one side it's kind of open, the other side is still clipped here, so that way it'll be easy to remove. I mean, it was a little bit of a pain, but not that big of a pain to remove. Just work your magic on it, it'll come out. Once you get that out, the fuel pump is pretty much going to be sitting inside like this, and then from the other side with a screwdriver just tap it and it'll come out. It should come out with the O-ring here and this little white piece, like a little spacer, but if it doesn't come out with the O-ring, make sure that O-ring is in there in the hole. So that's that. I'll show you guys the new pump right now and how we're going to put it back into the housing here. So there you have the new fuel pump, the DW65c Fuel Pump DeatschWerks. It's a great and amazing pump. So first things first, this will come with some blue little tabs that are little covers. Make sure you remove those on both sides of the pump. This one is on the bottom, this one is on the top. Make sure you remove those, and then from that point on pretty much replace it where it needs to go into there. But before we do that, most people don't do this. Make sure you guys do that. You see the nozzles here are totally different and the size is totally different. Now this clip won't work anymore. So like I said, you're going to have to chop this piece off. The regulator needs to have a clip still. So what you're going to do is you're going to chop it in half right there. And then this sock or this filter sock or whatever you want to call it will no longer be the one that's going to be going on the car, because these clips will be too short. So this, even if you break these clips when you remove it, it's okay, just as long as you don't break these two, because these two are the crucial ones that we needed for the regulator right there. So I'm going to chop this in half now, and then from that point on, we're going to have to use this little spacer, and I believe it's 2 O-rings that they give you. Okay, 2 of these O-rings that they give you, and that spacer. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright boys, so what I said earlier, scratch this piece, that won't fit on this nozzle. I just saw a different video of how to do this, and some people are saying you're supposed to put this on, but no. On this fuel pump you don't. On the 65C at least you don't have to put this guy. This is the stock O-ring. I'm not going to use that, I'm going to use the new O-rings that came with the DW. They're going to stack up like this, and that should be good to go in there. I'm not sure if that piece is supposed to go here. I'm going to double check up that one again. It might. No, it doesn't really fit at all. Nope. So I'm not even going to force it. This is how it's going to go in right now into the housing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So the pump is inside. Make sure it clicks. If it's not clicking, then it's not right in the hole. So just double check, rotate it a little bit until that pump really clicks and gets in there snug. So it's in there really well now. I believe you're supposed to use this little bit of grease that they give you to put on those O-rings. It's a super lube or something, synthetic grease with PTFE or something like that. I think you're supposed to use that. I put that a little bit in it and it went in really nice and smooth, so I did that. Now it's good to go. And I'm going to chop this piece off and attach it to the regulator right there. There you have it boys, chopped it right off, and it fits perfect right out where the regulator goes. Now I'm going to go ahead and assemble this piece back together now. This is how the sock goes. The sock will bend upward like that. That's okay. That's not a big deal at all. That's how it should be doing it, as I know for now. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back inside. Make sure again that hose goes under that clip, just like it is like that. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble it, and then we'll show you guys how to wire it up. So pretty much put it inside now. See how it goes under. This is how it's going to close. Before you close it though, you are going to have to remove the previous gray clip that's attached to the top of the head right here like that. You unclip that guy, and then make sure you get your new wiring that comes with the pump, and you attach that bad boy in the same place as that gray one used to go. Make sure you route it the same way this one went, and then close it up. Alright guys, there you have it. The fuel pump is officially assembled completely. So of course your little floaty here works, everything works. It's connected perfectly. When you press down on it, it flexes back, no problem at all. That clip is on there as well right there. None of the wires are kinked or anything like that. None of the tubes here are kinked. Everything is connected perfectly, and all the wires are put away nicely as well. So this bad boy is ready to go back in the car same way it came out. So make sure this thing is nicely sealed. This is your little seal for your tank right here, the black one. Make sure that goes all the way down, and then just screw down this guy, and it comes with a little bit of sort of like a washer sort of a deal. So make sure that goes on top here like that, and then this piece would go like that, and you just start screwing it this way, and that's that. Alright boys, so the pump is finally inside the car now. I already screwed it as much as I can by hand. Now I'm going to start tapping on the ring to make sure that it's nice and tight. Now the way to know if it's tight or not is if you see that little arrow there, it has to match with this little arrow in there as well. So see, there's an arrow in there as well. That arrow has to match with this arrow. So start tapping it until those arrows match together, and you're good to go. Both arrows pretty much match, as you guys can see right there. Now we're going to connect the electrical plug back into the fuel pump right there, and then that should be good to go. Before we assemble it, we're gonna see if we can clean up this glue a little bit, but if we can't, we're just gonna add a little bit extra of RTV all the way around so it seals. It's a gasket maker basically, and there'll be no smell coming for the fuel pump. From that point on, just assemble the seat. Alright boys, I think that's a reasonable amount of RTV all the way around. That's gonna be nice and sealed. I'm gonna go ahead and reapply this, and we're good to go to test the car. Before we close up to everything with the RTV. We're gonna make sure we reconnect the negative battery terminal. Alright guys, so we're in the car now. We want to make sure you turn off the key and turn it back on a couple times. You can probably hear the fuel pump. So that's why we're doing that. Make sure the fuel pump builds up pressure. Good to go. Double check if there's any spillage or anything like that. Doesn't seem like it. So looks good to me. Gonna go ahead and try to start the car. Let's hope for the best. Yay! Car starts. Amazing. Alright boys, there you have it. So the car works, everything is amazing. I'm gonna end the video here. Actually, I'm running out of time. I have to be somewhere at the moment, so we can't put the extra accessories that we have for the car. So I'm gonna make another video on a different day, and I'm gonna show you guys how to install those accessories. They're pretty cool stuff, more carbon. That's all I gotta say about it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. I know there's 2 or 3 other videos online that do this kind of install for this specific car, but they didn't really show you how full in depth of how it's actually done and how to remove the lines and what tools you need. So I did that. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Other than that, see you guys next time, and make sure you guys drop below in the description. Check out my website, surrealtunermerch.com. I have hats, shirts, and other stuff for other different cars and brands. So go ahead and check those out. So they're pretty cool. Grab yourself a hat, grab yourself a shirt if you like the video, so you can support the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, what's behind you doesn't matter.